Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new video. Now, we don't have a lot of time to waste, so let's get right into this. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm studying game development at Stockholm University, and over the next week, my little friends group at school is going to be doing a private game jam. So today is Sunday, the 26th of June, and tomorrow, Monday, the 27th of June, the game jam officially starts, and we have until next Sunday to create a game from scratch based around a theme. Now, the theme this time is going to be, wait, we're the bad guys? Now, we got to know the theme today, but I haven't started planning or anything yet. Basically, what I'm thinking about doing is waking up early tomorrow, going out fishing, and brainstorming some ideas for what game we can make. Now, this is my first devlog, but it is not my first YouTube video. So, hopefully, I'll be able to document this well, and we'll have a fun, awesome game and devlog to just watch once this week is over. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now because I gotta get up early tomorrow, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when the jam officially starts, and we'll get to work. Peace out.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. As sweet as candy, its taste is on my mind. Girl, you got me thirsty for another cup of wine. Got a bug from you, girl, but I don't need no cure. I just stay a victim if I can for sure.
Yo gamers, we fucking made it. It is 6 a.m. I believe, and we're out here on the lake about to do some fishing. Now, obviously, this is a devlog, you know, about video games. Why the fuck are we out fishing? Well, fishing is a hobby of mine that I really like doing. It's really relaxing, and it's a great way to just, you know, it's just you and nature, sometimes some fishies, and it's a great time to think. So I'm gonna be thinking about the theme. Wait, are we the bad guys? And hopefully I'll be able to come up with some dope shit while I fish. Good shit.
All the good love when we're all alone. Keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Yo gamers, it is now 9 a.m. and I got out here at 6, which means I've been fishing for about 3 hours, and I think it's about time to start packing up and heading home. Now, unfortunately, didn't catch any fish, but that's fine because I didn't set out with the goal to catch any fish. I came out here to, you know, chill in nature and think about what game we're gonna make for this game jam, and I think I came up with a pretty freaking dope idea. So, I'll catch you guys back home. That fishing trip was a lot of fun, but as is with all good things, it had to come to an end. And now, it's time to make a video game. Now, you're probably wondering, what is this fucking genius idea that I came up with? Because, let's be honest here, based on my previous content, genius and me doesn't really go together. But, here we are. Now, this game that I've come up with, I'm gonna call it Suck 'Em Dry. And I know that that could double as the title of our porno, but we're not making porn here, alright? We're making a video game. The game is as follows. You are an alien from a planet where business is booming. So much so that specially trained individuals are sent off to other planets in order to harvest resources. You happen to be sent to a little planet known as Earth, which is inhabited by these pesky little creatures known as humans. While they don't pose a huge threat, they are certainly an annoyance in your quest. But this is of little concern, as once you're done with the planet, their insignificant existence will be wiped out from the universe. So basically, in the game, you play as an alien, or a UFO, attacking Earth and draining its resources while fending off enemies. And, the spaceship drains resources such as water, wood, minerals, etc. from various deposits on the map. And these deposits can be, a lake, woods, mountains, etc. Something that corresponds with the resource that you are harvesting. Now, to drain resources, one has to stand still over a deposit and hold E, for example. It could be spacebar, it could be anything, but you know what I'm like, some kind of action button. And while draining resources, you cannot attack. Alright? And on the map, we also have cities, and cities are enemy spawners, and new cities can also appear. Now, there are various enemy types. I've come up with 3 right now: foot soldiers, tanks, and jets. And the rate of enemies spawning and new cities being built depends on how much of their resources are left. So basically, the more you deplete from Earth, the less enemies and shit will be thrown at you, because you are literally just fucking suffocating humanity. And the player can attack and destroy enemies fairly easily. Cities can also be destroyed, but have a lot of health. Now, I'm thinking that we might do like procedurally generated levels. Like, each level will be a certain amount of tiles, and in the tiles, cities or resource deposits can spawn. And let's say each game starts with like 4 cities, and then like 2 lakes, 2 woods, and 2 mountains, and then they are randomly placed out on the map. Something like that, I'm thinking. So that, there's some variation every single time you play the game, which can be a lot of fun. Now, going on to the 3 enemy types that I have thought up thus far. Keep in mind, I could add more as we go on, but there are 3 enemy types I've got right now. So, first up, we got the foot soldiers. Now, they are the weakest in strength, slowest in speed, and have a medium fire rate. They move towards the player, and when in range, they stop and fire projectiles towards the player. Each projectile deals 1 damage, and they die from 1 hit. So, they have to catch up to you, stop, and then start shooting, so it's pretty easy to evade them. The next one is the tank. This is the strongest in strength, it has medium speed, and slowest fire rate. They move towards the player, and when in range, they stop and fire projectile towards the player, similar to the foot soldier. However, each projectile here deals 20 damage, and they die from 5 hits. Alright, so they're a bit tankier, obviously, because they're a fucking tank. And they deal a lot of damage with their shots. If they hit you, they're still kind of easy to outmaneuver. And the third option, or the third enemy type, is the fighter jet. Now, this one has medium strength, but it has the fastest speed and fastest fire rate. They move around the player, and they don't have to stop to fire projectiles. Each projectile deals 5 damage, so these motherfuckers are gonna be flying all around you and just going like brrr, brrr, so these are definitely the most difficult and crucial to deal with, because they're not gonna be as easy to outmaneuver. These are gonna be some bullet hell motherfuckers. And I was also toying with the idea that they have both like a Gatling gun, brrr, and also can fire missiles, but we'll see what happens. Alright, we'll see what happens if they have, or if there's different, variations. Maybe there's a fucking missile jet and a Gatling gun jet. I don't know. We'll see what we come up with. And then, of course, we have cities. Now, cities are enemy spawners. There will be 3 different designs or something like that, just so there is some variation, like aesthetically, but this doesn't affect how they work, alright? So each city will exist around the map, and new ones can be constructed. Enemies and city spawn rate will depend on how many resources are left in the world. So each city will basically function as a spawner for enemies, you know. Each enemy will have a certain spawn rate, so like every, say, 10 seconds, there's a certain percent chance that, you know, a certain enemy spawns, or something like that, and when resources are depleted, that chance is lowered and lowered. And then, of course, I want there to be a mechanic that you can destroy cities if you want to also lower the amount of enemies being spawned. However, new cities can, as I've stated, also be constructed, and the rate at which these are constructed is, again, based on how many resources are actually left in the world. And then, as far as resources go, I've thought up 3 right now. I obviously want a lot more than that, but right now we have lakes, which, you know, you harvest water from, woods, where you harvest wood, and mountains, where you harvest minerals. We'll see what else I think up. Maybe like fucking oil deposits and shit. That would be pretty neat. But yeah, we'll see. Basically, I have like this rough idea right now. So what I want to do is, I should probably hop into Unity right now and just get a basic character movement controller done, because that's like the most basic shit to do. But I kind of want to hop into Sprite and do some assets, because here's the deal, right? I'm not super good at drawing or anything, but there's this program called Sprite. It's really, really, really neat and intuitive, and it's great for creating pixel art, which is something that's really nice if you're not really good at, you know, traditional art or whatever, because, you know, unlike a pen where everything is very flowy, with pixels everything is precise, you just place them down, it's a lot easier, it's good stuff. So I'm gonna go do that real quick, and I'll show you guys what I come up with. Alright, so I've now come up with a design for the UFO and the 3 enemy types that, you know, I pitched thus far, the foot soldier, tank, and the fighter jet. I'll be putting them all on screen right now, hopefully, if I'm somewhat decent at editing, which I hope I am. And yeah, I'm honestly really happy with how these turned out, especially the fighter jet. This thing fucks, bro. If the fighter jet had, you know, like, reproductive organs, that motherfucker would be clapping some fighter jet cheeks, let me tell you, dog. That motherfucker is sexy. But that's enough talk about fighter jet being sexy. It's time to actually start making a game, you know? I'm gonna hop into Unity and start setting up some sort of a basic player controller script. Let's go. Game Jam, Day 2, let's get it. Yo, also a little side note before we get into like today's actual development process and shit. I was just quickly reviewing the footage from yesterday, and for some reason, like, the footage when I'm recording my screen is extremely bright, and this is a problem that seems to happen when I have my recording software on my second monitor recording my primary monitor. I don't really know why the fuck that happened, but hopefully today and onwards we'll not have that bullshit going on. Because it's kind of fucking annoying. Like, at one point I recorded a little segment of me setting up a Trello board, which is completely fucking unusable because it's so bright you can't even see what anything says. But hey, it is what it is, bro.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
We live and we learn. Alright, now let's actually make a game. Alright gamers, so we are in Unity and I've started working already now. What I want to start doing is creating my world tiles. So I haven't explained this yet, I don't think, but basically the idea is that the world of this game will be essentially randomly generated every single time you play it. And how that's gonna work, at least in my head, is like this. The map is built up out of X amount of world tiles, as you can see here, and on each one of these world tiles, when the game starts, it could generate a city or a resource deposit, or nothing. It could be an empty tile. And on top of this, since I want each tile to kind of look a bit different and not be identical as they are right here, I have 5 different sprites that they could potentially render. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've created a script where we receive the prefab sprite renderer and we create 5 different images or sprites which correspond to each one of these textures, and then of course we have a private integer random number which is currently set to 0. So at the start of every single game, each individual prefab will assign this random number variable with a, well, random number in the range 1 to 6. So it will get 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And then, depending on what this random number is, it will, you know, render that corresponding sprite. So if random number is 1, it will render sprite 1. If random number is 4, it will render sprite 4, etc, etc. And this actually works really well. So right now you can see all of them start off with sprite 1, but when I hit play here, you're gonna see that, boom, they all get different ones.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
You know, we see some of these, we see some of that action. Let's go, let's try this again. And obviously, this isn't completely flawless or perfect, but this is a freaking dope start, in my opinion. Because yeah, it just is. It's cool. It adds some variation. Obviously, there's some cleaning up with these sprites that I have to do. Like, a lot of the edges are kind of empty, and it looks a little bit strange. But hey, you know what? Right now, I want to try to focus on getting as many of the mechanics done as possible, and then we can go back to doing more textures and assets and stuff later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have just finished work on a deposit template, and what this is essentially a template that all of the various deposits in the game are going to follow. You know, the lake, mountains, woods, oil refinery, all that fucking good shit will follow this template. Now, the script isn't overly complicated, but I won't get into the nitty-gritty, but essentially how this works is that the deposit has 4 states: full, 2/3, 1/3, and empty, and it also has a health, which right now is 1000. And essentially, whenever the player is colliding with the deposit and holding down E, which is the action button, the health will start ticking down. When health goes below 666, it will enter the 2/3 state. When it's below 333, it will be in the 1/3 state, and when it hits 0, it will be in the empty state. And then in the game controller, right here, we have a variable called the respawn variable, which is what the respawn rate of the enemies will be relying on. And essentially, every time the deposit reaches a new state, it will be calling on this here method in the game controller, which is respawn depletion, and it removes 100 from the 1200 respawn variable. And yeah, that's essentially it. So, you know, every time you're depleting a resource, when you deplete enough, it will enter a new state, and when it enters that new state, the respawn variable will decrease, which by turn will eventually decrease the rate at which enemies spawn. I have to soon go to the movies, but I think that the work that I've gotten done today is really freaking good. Like, there's no textures or anything for the deposit template, but honestly, like, I'll deal with that later. Like, right now, I'm just really happy that we've got these mechanics working, you know? We've got the world tiles that spawn with randomized textures essentially, and we've got the deposit. So now I just got to create the 4 different deposits and make it so that they can randomly generate on these world tiles. I might get a little bit more work done today, but honestly, I'm gonna be hitting the shower pretty soon, going to the movies, and then later today, I'm also gonna go water some flowers for a friend. So, if I don't get any more work done today, honestly, I'm happy with this. This is fantastic. It might not look like much, but, bruh, this is pretty dope. Also, shout out Josh, he's playing Rocket League. Rocket League is banger. Anyhow, take care, gamers. I'll see you guys in the next little update or whatever. Yo gamers, I got home from the movie Ran by Akira Kurosawa, and you know, it was a really nice and neat movie. However, I got home, right, and I realized, holy shit, I have an assignment due at midnight for my summer course about Japanese culture, which was pretty fitting since Ran by Akira is a Japanese movie, and it's Japanese culture, by extent, I guess. But anyhow, the point is, got home, realized I had to do that, so I speedrun that, just handed it in, and now I'm really tired, so I'm probably just gonna go to bed, you know, and not do any more work today. You know, I was thinking about possibly working a little bit more on the game when I got home from the movie, but then I had to do the assignment, so, you know, it is what it is. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Top of the morning to you guys. It's 9:40 a.m. I'm kind of tired right now, but yeah, making my way to my friend's house, watering their flowers while they're off on vacation, and then I'll go home and we'll get back to making our epic ass game. Fuck yeah. Let's go, gamers. Flower gang. Yo, gamers. Funny story. I get back from watering the plants, right? And I'm like, you know what, bruh? I feel kind of tired. And unlike these previous 2 days, I don't have anything planned for today, you know? It's just me making my game. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get back in bed, I'll get some extra hours of sleep, and wake up at like 1 p.m. Only one problem. Remember how literally the first thing I did this morning was drink a cup of coffee? Well, turns out coffee actually works, because my ass was not going to sleep, bruh. I was laying there for like 1 hour, so now it's 11:30, and I was like, okay, this isn't working, I might as well just be fucking productive. So here we are, time to work. This is the first time I'm doing any type of like random generation. Yeah, this is really fun for me. This is very interesting, getting to try new stuff and learning new stuff. And that's honestly like one of the most fun parts of game jams. You know, it's a short while, you don't have to do anything too serious, but it's a great opportunity to just try new things and learn new stuff. And it's just a fucking blast. Anyhow, I'm gonna start working on that, and I'll show you guys once I've maybe got something worth showing. Alright, let's go. Yo, alright gamers, I have landed on something that I am very happy with. So let me show you guys. This is very similar to how I imagined and planned this going in my head, so I'm actually very fucking proud of myself that I was able to come up with this idea, especially since this is like genuinely my first time doing any sort of random generation, so let's go. But alright, here we are, right? As I stated, the world tile has references to each one of our deposits, right? Lake, woods, mountain, oil, city. You know, these prefabs that we have here in the prefabs menu. And essentially how this works, right, is that in the game controller script, at the start of each new match, it collects all game objects with the world tile tag into an array called world tiles. And for those of you who don't know what an array is, it is essentially a data structure or a type of a list that stores a bunch of objects or strings or whatever the fuck you want to store, right? So first, it cycles through this list and randomizes it so that they end up in a random order, right? Then we cycle through the list again once it's in a random order, and then we fetch the actual script of each individual world tile, and we run this method called generation. And that method is in the tile script right here at the bottom, and it's basically reliant on a couple bools as parameters. First, it checks if there is a lake spawned. If there is no lake in the world, then this tile will instantiate or generate a lake, and then the lake bool will become true, aka there is a lake in the world. So then, when we get to the next tile in the list, it will look, okay, there is a lake, let's move on. Is there woods? Are there woods in the world? Oh shit, there are no woods? Well then let's generate some motherfucking woods. And it goes on like that until we get to cities, and cities, we want more than one city, right? So I made cities into an int instead of a bool, and basically every time we generate a new city, the city counter goes up by 1, and as long as the city counter is under 4, it will generate a new city. And this shit works so well, and I'm gonna demonstrate it here and now. Now keep in mind, pretty much all of our prefabs for the deposits are lacking sprites except for the lake, so you won't actually be able to see them in the game world right now, but you will see that they will pop up here in the hierarchy. So let's look at this. Boom!
Boom, boom, boom.
Look at that. We've got a lake there, we've got 2 cities there, but as you can see here, we've got a lake, we've got woods, we got a mountain, we got 1 oil, and we got 4 cities. Some of these may have ended up outside here. And if we hit play again, boom, they're in a new, completely random order. And also, if you look in the console, you can see here that the cities are in fact spawning enemies. I'm gonna have to tweak the enemy spawn rate a little bit, because sometimes it spawns a fuck ton, and sometimes it's a moderate amount. Like, right now, I feel like it's pretty chill. The map is gonna obviously be bigger than what you see right now on screen, and you will be killing these enemies pretty easily, but, like, bruh, 70 enemies, it's been, like, what, like, less than a fucking minute since we started the game, so I'm definitely gonna tweak that, and then basically what's rest to do is make sure that there are enemies to spawn, and also create textures for the cities, mountains, woods, and oil deposits, so that we can actually see them generate on the map. But the progress is absolutely insane. Like, I've literally, yeah, it's amazing. Bro, I fucking love this! Ugh! I'm so proud of myself too, because this is the first time I'm doing random generation, and I know that this specifically maybe isn't the most complicated random generation out there. Like, it's not procedural or anything like that, but I'm just so freaking happy, bro. This is amazing. It's turned out essentially just like I was envisioning it, and I cannot wait to have this game ready and let you guys play it, because this is so much fun. I love this so much. Let's go. Alright, I'll tune back in once I've got some more work done. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to get quite a lot of work done since the last quote-unquote update, but I'm about to call it a day and hit the hay, but I thought I'd show you guys what I've done before I do so. So, I've created the foot soldier and tank prefabs. These are now enemies in the game which get spawned by the cities and will shoot bullets at you. Or in the tank's case, it will shoot tank shells, or whatever the frick you want to call it. Now, I've also made a texture for the cities, which you will see once I play the game here to demonstrate. I have not yet created the fighter jet. That will have to wait until tomorrow. It's a lot more complicated of an enemy to create than the tank and foot soldier. I mean, tank and foot soldier, they follow you around. If they're in range, they stop and fire and then move again once you've moved out of their range, I guess. But the fighter jet, I wanted to kind of like circle around you and shit, and like always be able to shoot you almost from the entire map. They don't have to stop, at least, to be able to shoot you. So yeah, there's gonna be some extra work that has to go into that, which honestly didn't feel like doing right now because it is getting late. But yeah, instead I created a texture for the cities. So let me just show you guys what we've got right now. Keep in mind, we don't actually take any damage or die from these bullets yet, and the UFO itself can't shoot back yet. So yeah, here we go. Boom. Now we've got these cities that spawn everywhere, which is really, really nice. The original plan was to create 4 different city texture variations. We'll see if I go along with that or not, because creating this was quite the freaking hassle as is. If I do create variations, I'll probably just use the exact same layout and buildings and just kind of switch them around a little bit. But anyhow, as you guys can see, the tanks and foot soldiers are now spawning, and when they get close enough, they stop and start firing their little bullets at you, and it's really cute. It won't be that cute once you actually take damage, though. That being said, we can't actually kill them right now, which means that, you know, we're just getting more and more. We've got quite the fucking horde following us now. But once we can kill them, I think this will be a lot more manageable. Because right now, like, this would be devastating. But yeah, this is today, Wednesday, has been a really freaking productive day. Like, holy shit, it's been productive. We got 2 out of 3 enemies are in the game working and spawning. We were able to do the whole random generation of the map. Like, so much stuff was done today. Today was a great day. Tomorrow will be another freaking epic day. So I'll catch you guys then. Bye bye, gamers. Good morning, peeps. It is Thursday, the 4th day of the game jam. It's currently 8 a.m. I woke up at 6, tried to sleep again to no success because it's fucking hot here in Sweden. Now I've made myself an English muffin with some avocado, chicken, mayonnaise, jalapenos, and I'm gonna scran this shit because I'm fucking hungry. And then we're getting to work. Yesterday was extremely productive, and today will hopefully be the same. Let's go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with some progress update thingy-majig. I have finally done the daunting task of creating the fighter jet enemy. It now spawns from cities, and let me tell you, this was not an easy feat, because here's the thing with the jets, right? The 2 other enemies, they move towards you, and when they are quote-unquote in range, they stand still and start firing. The jet never stands still, because that wouldn't make much sense. You know, it's always moving, so I had to figure out a way for the jet to fly towards you and shoot at you, and once it gets a little bit too close, it turns around and goes somewhere else, and then turns around again, and then swoops back in at you. And you know, it's definitely not perfect. I am gonna at some point want to do a little bit of tweaking on this, but for now, let me demonstrate how it looks. Also, they first shoot normal bullets at you, the same kind of bullets that the foot soldiers shoot, but once they get extra close, they start firing rockets, which I think is kind of neat. Now, I'm also probably gonna change the sprites for the bullets, because they are very hard to see against this green background. So here we have the jets. They swoop in, and as you can see, they first start shooting bullets, and if they get close, they start shooting rockets, and if they get too close, boom, they turn away, and then they come back, and they do the same thing, you know, they shoot their fucking bullets and their rockets, and then they get the fuck out of there, you know? Top Gun moment. Highway to the danger zone. Yo, I just want to issue a formal apology to everybody watching this video, because what the fuck was that? Bruh. Nah, fuck that, man. I gotta I gotta fucking forget that shit ever happened. I'm getting absolutely fucked. Next thing to do is probably to implement, like, actual health and shit, which I'm gonna do. Health system isn't really the hardest thing around. I've done it for a ton of games before, but honestly, right now, as much as I do absolutely fucking love coding, I'm a big coding nerd, I also want to get a lot of, texturing and shit done now, because, almost all of the core mechanics are done, but you know, we're still missing textures for mountains, oil, woods, and shit like that. And I also want to update the bullet texture, of course. So I'm probably gonna do that now. But yeah, I'll again, as usual, be back with an update once I have you know, maybe created some textures or some shit like that, because right now we've got the lake in the city, and that's fucking dope and all, but come on, guys, we need the oil, we need the mountains, we need the woods, bro, like, we need that shit, you know, so the game actually looks kind of nice. Alright, yep, I'll be back in a jiffy, I'll see you guys then. Alrighty, gamers, I have got some more work done today. For example, I have been able to actually add textures for the woods and the oil fields, and also I have made it so that we can now kill enemies. So let me just show you guys quickly how this looks. We got a city here. We've got some enemies spawning. We can shoot them. Look at that. They fucking die if we hit them. Tanks have 10 health, so you gotta hit them 10 times. And the jets have 5 health, if I remember correctly. This is something that I might tweak in the future. I don't know. But here we've got the oil fields. Honestly, I really like them, especially how they look when you harvest them. If it will get to the next stage. Look at that. They like kind of topple over and spill out some oil everywhere. I think it looks kind of sick. I made this like road that goes through the middle of it, but it kind of looks off since it kind of just starts and ends nowhere. But there you go. That's the whole oil field, how it looks when it's destroyed. I think it looks dope. And then we got some woods too. You know, we can harvest the woods, and the trees kind of get chopped down. I won't show the entire every stage of the woods, but yeah, there you go. It gets, you know, fucked up, probably. You know, deforestation, classic shit. But yeah, that's pretty much the rest of the work that I've got done today. And yeah, you know, today wasn't as productive as, say, yesterday, but we still got shit done. You know, all the enemies are in the game, all the enemies spawn, all but one of the resources have textures now. We can kill the enemies. The random generation is there. Like, almost everything is there now, except for the fact that the player itself is supposed to be able to get killed, obviously, and then also we need to create some win conditions, you know, and like a main menu, a win screen, you know, you won, you fucking murdered humanity or whatever. But yeah, tomorrow's Friday, and we've still got tomorrow and Saturday to work on this game. So yeah, I think it will turn out great, and I'm excited to be able to finish this and release it, because damn, like, I really like this. Graphics wise, like, honestly, I'm pretty proud of the graphics that I've done, but it's nothing too special. But it's really mechanics wise here, and like programming, because that's my main thing, right? My main thing is not graphics design or art, it's programming, and I've done some really cool new shit that I haven't tried out before, and it's worked out really well, and I'm just super happy about this. So yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Yo gamers, I was up late last night, so I woke up late today. It's like 2:30 p.m. right now, but I'm gonna drink this coffee and we're gonna get to work, because we've got today and tomorrow left. We don't have super much to do, but I still don't want to take it easy, because if I do that, then we might run out of time. you know, if we take it too easy and push it back. So we're getting to work. Yo gamers, as you guys can see, it is currently 3:03 a.m. I'm still counting this as day 5, you know, Friday, even though it's technically the next day. I got a late start to the day, so I was kind of stressed out. I wanted to get a lot of work done today, and holy shit did I get a lot of work done. If I'm not completely mistaken, and I've like lost brain cells, this is the first time I've checked in today after my morning intro, because, yeah, there's just been a lot to do, and I just got totally lost in the sauce. I was just fucking doing shit, right? So, for example, we've got a main menu now. It's not pretty at all. I was about to say it's not the prettiest in the world. But bruh, it's not pretty at all. But it fucking works. You know, like, we press play. We got options with a volume toggle. There's no volume yet, but tomorrow is mostly about sound and finishing up graphics. Then we got controls, you know, WASD to move, mouse to aim, left to shoot, E to harvest resources. How to play: your mission is to harvest resources from Earth by raiding resource deposits. Back, boom, you hit play, boom, you get into the game. Player now has a health bar. These resource deposits have health bars, and cities have health bars. If you kill a city now, it can respawn. However, the rate at which they respawn depends on how many resources are left in the world, the same as with the actual enemies. I was gonna give health bars to the enemies as well, but it looked extremely fucking cluttered with all these enemies with health bars everywhere, so I decided to just not have those. But as you guys can tell, we also have this blue bar up here, and you might be wondering, what the fuck is that? Well, that, my friends, is an XP bar. Every time you kill enemies or destroy a city, you get XP, and with this XP, you can buy certain upgrades, as you guys will see in just a second here, once I fucking kill these enemies. Come on, just a little bit more. Also, you get varying amounts of XP depending on what enemy you kill. Alright, so there we go. The XP bar is reset, and we get this level up. You can invest in more damage, faster harvest speed, or faster move speed. Now, honestly, all of these come at, you know, advantages and disadvantages. Damage, obviously, it's easier to kill enemies. Harvest, you harvest shit faster, and with speed, you can run from enemies faster. You know, if you only spec into damage, like, sure, you can kill the enemies faster, but they're still going to be respawning very fast because you are not going to be able to, well, harvest resources fast at all, which will not decrease their respawn rate. You get what I'm saying. But if you can harvest fast, even if you don't deal super much damage, you could make it so that the enemies can't respawn because you harvest everything and you win the fucking game. But yeah, so yeah, you click on one of those, you get it, and the level up thing pops away, and then as we kill more enemies, you can see the XP bar ticks up even more. Boom. Next one, fuck it, let's go for harvest, you know, maybe we can harvest a little faster. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of the extent of the shit I've been doing today. And I know it might not seem like a lot, but damn, bruh. It was a lot. It was tedious. There's actually some other stuff that I implemented today as well that I'm just not talking about right now, because, you know, I kind of want to leave some secrets for you guys to discover when you play the game yourself. But yeah, we've got the main menu, we've got all the UI set up. Also, something I missed to show, look at that, we got a to-do list. Right now there are 2 woods. That's because the mountains obviously don't have a texture yet still. But once they do, that will be replaced with mountains. And once you successfully harvest a deposit and deplete it to 0, it will say done. I wanted to do a little check mark, but then I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just write done, so people really understand, you know, like task done, bruh. You dig? And once all tasks are done, you win the game. Or if you die, as I can show, boom, game over. You've got play again or quit. and it's the same screen that comes up if you win, except it says you win with green instead of game over. And if you hit play again, you play again. If you quit, you quit. And then obviously this quit button closes the program, but we're in the Unity editor right now, so you obviously can't close the fucking Unity editor. But yeah, that's all that I've done today. Yeah, I'm probably going to bed now because it's late as fuck. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, which is the last day that we have to do, like, actual shit, you know? Sunday is the deadline. So tomorrow, Saturday, is the last day to get shit done. And we've got pretty much every single mechanic working, including mechanics that I wasn't even planning to do from the beginning, like the leveling up system. But you know, I was playing the game, and I was like, this is kind of fun, but I need something to spice it up, you know, to make every run a bit more different. Like, obviously, every run is a little bit different since we got the random generation, but I also wanted to you know, throw something like a leveling system in there to make it different, you know. Sometimes you want to go full fucking damage mode, blow those little bitch-ass humans up. Sometimes you want to, you know, harvest shit quickly. Sometimes you want to be a little speed demon, you know? I don't fucking know. Maybe tomorrow, if I come up with some more power-ups or upgrades, I'll chuck him in there. Who knows? But yeah, basically all the mechanics have pretty much been done now. The UI and everything is done. Now, tomorrow, I just gotta juice this shit up. I want to do a little bit more on the graphics, mainly giving the fucking mountains a texture, and then obviously sound. You know, we need some music, and we need sound effects for pretty much everything, because right now this shit's quiet, you know, and sound does a lot for the experience, like, no cap. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and we'll do that shit. Peace out, gamers. Hello there. Good morning, gamers. It is Saturday, day 6 of the game jam. Now, technically, there might be a little bit time tomorrow on Sunday to work on the game, but I'm not gonna count on it, because that's just if I'm extremely lucky, and I want to have everything done today. Now, today is going to be the day for juice. And if you don't know what that means, well, it basically just means spicing up the game, making it more fun and interesting to play. We've got all the mechanics there, you know, enemies spawn, enemies kill you, you can kill enemies, enemies spawn from spawn points, these spawn points can be destroyed, there's resources to harvest, if you harvest resources, enemy spawn rates are infected, you know, all that kind of shit, you know. The actual gameplay, the mechanics is there. Now it's time for juice, you know, updating graphics and doing audio. Now, the absolute first thing I think I'm gonna do is create the actual sprites and textures for the mountains, alright? Because we have the lakes, we have the woods, and we have the oil. The only thing that's missing is the mountains. If something unfortunate were to happen today that made it so that I couldn't work anymore today, I at least want to have the mountains in the game. Then, after that, I will start working on audio. And as soon as I'm done with audio, I'm gonna go back and do some upgrades to the textures. The primary things that I want to do when it comes to texturing, if I have time, of course, is to give both the cities and the player different damage states, you know, because right now when you harvest resources, they have different states, and they get continuously more damaged or drained. I kind of want that for the cities and the player as well, you know, maybe smoke coming out of the player or some shit like that. And then also I want to do some particle effects and stuff, like when tanks and soldiers run on the ground, there'll be little dust clouds coming up. When the player drives, there might be some kind of a beam behind them, or so. I don't know exactly. I haven't given like extreme amount of thought to this, except for like dust clouds, different damage states, etc. But that, of course, only comes once I've been able to do all the audio. Alright, audio is primary focus today, because yeah, that's how it is. All right, let's get into it. I'm just sitting here fucking ranting. We don't have a lot of time. I'm up earlier now though than usual. You know, I'm up. I've had my coffee. I've had my breakfast, and it's only 10 past 11 a.m. So we've got a lot more time than we had yesterday. Let's fucking go. Nah, cause like this is fucking garbage. Like this is ass, bro. Like this sucks some serious doo-doo. This is not good, bro. This ain't it. So what I think I might do, instead of doing like a mountain, I might make a quarry. For those of you who don't know what a quarry is, it's one of these bitches, you know, when they just dig out a fucking massive hole in the ground. You know, it's lit. Why are these pictures so fucking tiny, dude? But yeah, this is a quarry. They have a lot of quarries when it comes to like mining marble and shit. Or like different types of stone, you know, marble, granite, shit like that. They usually use a lot of quarries. Yeah, let's fucking make a quarry. I think it will be a lot easier than this shit at least. Let's do it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to create some sound effects. So let me just get up in this corner, maybe over here, you know, so I'm a little bit out of the way, and let's fucking get it. Alright. So first things first, we need to do a little pew pew, you know. Alright, let's go. Pew! Pew! Oh, Jesus, that was fucking loud. Pew! But that might be good. Alright, hold on. Let me just do a couple of these. Pew! Pew! Alright. So now you got those two. Alright, I'm gonna do a couple more and then I'll pick the best one. Alright, so we've got three tracks here. Let me show them to you. Alright, that's the first one. Second one. Third one. Alright, I'm definitely enjoying these two more than that one. This one, the first one sounds a little bit too, like, fake and, human, I guess. I'll pick one of these and kind of edit it a little bit and, put it in the game. And that's basically what I'm gonna do with, well, every sound effect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, every single sound effect that I want in the game is not in there yet, but I've got like the vast majority. We've got shooting, we've got the enemies shooting, and we've got like harvesting and destruction and shit like that. So let me show you. It's a little bit chaotic, not gonna lie, but it's got that little bit of an like annoying chaotic arcadey feel. I don't know. Let me show you. So that's the shoot. This is the harvest. Now I'm really happy with the missile sounds, but yeah, the missiles are nice, but the normal shooting, not so much. And we also have a sound effect from shit. Now I don't know if you guys could hear that, but when you kill shit, they also go. Again, audio design isn't either my strongest suit. I'm just trying to do the best I can with the tools I have and the limited time I have. But yeah, I like the progress though. I think it's nice. So I'm gonna keep going. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is 1 a.m. and I think I'm gonna call it a day. Now, I haven't really shown you guys what else I've been doing since I gave that little demo of the sound effects, but I will tell you this, I did rework every single sound effect, and they sound a lot better now. Now, I did a lot of stuff to juice up and spice up the game and make it a lot more satisfying and fun to play. However, I feel like I don't want to show that in this video. Like, I just want to let you guys experience that for the first time. Because the thing is, like, obviously this is a devlog, so I should be showing the majority of what I'm doing, but you know, it's fun to just leave some secrets and some nice spice in the game for people to just discover and have fun with when they play it for the first time. So honestly, I've done quite a lot now, but I'm just gonna not say anything about it and let you guys discover that shit for yourselves. I am really happy with how this game turned out. Again, I started on Monday. It is now Saturday, so this is 6 days of work. And I think it has turned out really good. And honestly, I really like this game so much to the point that if you guys enjoy it a lot, I would highly consider continuing work on this game after this game jam. You know, adding more enemies, adding more abilities or upgrades or whatever, maybe different levels, I don't know, like, the possibilities are endless, and yeah, I'd 100% be down to keep developing this game if you guys fuck with it as well. Also, another thing I was thinking about possibly adding that I don't have time with right now, but I would add in the future if I do take this further, is like a public leaderboard, right? Like who can clear levels fastest, and that's just a public leaderboard that people can place on, and it would be a fun thing for people to speedrun the game, I guess, or something like that. I don't fucking know. There's, like, again, possibilities are endless. If you guys want me to continue developing this game, let me know so in the comments of this video, or just tell me anywhere else, you know, Discord or whatever. But yeah, this is the last day of the game jam. I'll probably make a little video tomorrow as well, a little update, I guess, when I actually upload it to itch, and then I'm gonna start editing this video and hopefully have it up, you know, within like a day or two of the game. So yeah, take care, guys. Let's go, gamers. Good morning, gamers. It is Monday, 4th of July, 9:30 a.m., the day after launching the game. So, yesterday, Sunday, I launched the game on itch.io, and I sent the link to the community, and I sent the link to friends, and I had people play the game, and it seems like people are actually really enjoying it. Games that I made in the past are, at least most of them, are very, or relatively impressive mechanics-wise. However, they're oftentimes way too short, or in some other way lacking in fun factor, and this is something that I'm aware of. Halfway through this week, when I was playtesting this game for the first time, I realized these are cool mechanics and all, but this game is kind of boring. So I obviously did my best to try to fix that, and I'm very happy to report that it seems like my fixes have really helped, because a lot of people have been genuinely excited about this game after playing it, you know? People were like, yo, I kept dying, but it was so fun, like, I had to win, you know? I had to keep playing and playing and playing, and I really, I'm super happy about that. Even people who didn't die and die just wanted to play and play, because I don't know, I guess the fact that the levels randomly generate is randomness enough to give a lot of replayability. And then of course, another thing I wanted to do in order to well, make the game more fun was to make it more satisfying to kill enemies, which I feel like I've done now with sound effects and visual effects. So yeah, as like some final words, because now I'm about to go off and edit this this devlog, which hopefully will be done later today on Monday, or tomorrow, Tuesday. And before I go off and do that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for playing the game. If you have not played it already, you can find the link to it in the description of this video. I highly suggest you check it out. And yeah, I really appreciate any feedback that I've already gotten or will potentially get in the future, because I do genuinely want to continue this game, continue the development, and make it better. And a key factor into that is you guys' feedback, you know? What's working, what's not working, what's something new that could be added or built upon, you know? So yeah, without further ado, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for playing the game, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, or on Discord. Join the Discord, link in the description as well. Peace out.